Hey, energy party people. It's that time again, and apparently I'm not completely prepared. So one moment. I'm back. Okay, so let's go ahead and smudge this space and get it ready for some magic and some silliness and some community and some theme songs and catching up with Coop, etc. So that being said, while I'm smudging, let's watch my beautiful opening song, care of Artica Productions. Here we go.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Coley.
All right, so smudging the space. All right, and as we're smudging, it looks like Yvonne is with us. Yay! It's funny, Yvonne. Just this morning, as I often think about, like, oh, should I change up people's theme songs? And then as I was just getting ready this morning, I was trying to make up a theme song, a new one for you, Yvonne, and I'm sorry, it's not the instant classic that your current one is. So we're going to keep it at that. And that being said, I was all set up a second ago, but life happens, as we all know. Um, oh my gosh, I can do this. Seriously, I had this set up a second ago. Bear with me, Jesus. Oy vey. Ugh, and scrolling is making my eyes a little crazy. But after all that drama, here we go. Yvonne is in the house. Check her out. Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Something else started. Okay. I was feeling pretty on top of my game a few minutes ago. Yowza. Okay. And now not so much. One of the things is it looks like we're probably going to have to buy a new car, which is expected and kind of a bummer. We have a Honda Civic, a 2006 Honda Civic. Like Dave and I, we've been married for 16 years now, and neither one of us have had to replace our vehicles. So that's pretty great. But all of a sudden, the key will go in a little sluggishly, but it will not turn. So I was looking it up. It might be an ignition thing, or it might just be we're done here. To quote Jay Pritchett from Modern Family, we're done here. Anyway, but that being said, we've got some viewers. Oh, how cool that Coop is in the conversation here, and he'll be with us in a few moments. Oh, thanks, Yvonne. I love your theme song too. Like, I sing it around the house sometimes. Uh, so, and oh, Roy is here. Oh, fun. Hi, Roy. Here you go, Roy. Here's your song.
He's a CPA and he's here today. It's Roy.
Hi, Roy. And the lovely Dr. Shannon is here as well. Finding it, finding it, finding it. Where is it? Where is it? It should be more. Okay, here we go. Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon. Okay. Yeah, so welcome to Magic Mondays. Yeah, so if you don't already know, apparently today, tonight, sometime, is a supermoon. And I rely on the kindness of other people who are super into this stuff. Like I'm into it, but not enough to remember any of it. Because why bother? I have friends who do. Uh, and one of the things about this supermoon or the message is to be yourself. Um, just don't beat yourself up. Yeah. So, man, I know I'm working on it. How about you? Um, yeah. Oh, we have a new sponsor, and it's a new hit show called Aaron on the Side of Caution. Erin is a woman on the go, and she's also a medical, is it forensic scientist? She goes to crime scenes, and they didn't give me any copy to describe it. I'm sorry. So I'm just kind of winging it. But yeah, her name is Erin. Um, she has a few tricks up her sleeve. She doesn't just show up to murders. She shows up, I don't know. I've got nothing. Seriously, I felt more on top of my game a few minutes ago. Yowza. Um, but that's the name of the show. Check it out this season on CBS. Erin on the side of caution. Because get it? She's on the side of the caution tape, the police tape. That's right. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, there's no Magic Monday special with that. Either you have that channel or you don't, and you watch it or you don't. Anyway, yeah, so we might need to get a new car, and to which Shannon replies, "Yay, new car." Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have a new car. I think we have around 200,000 miles on it. Um, but my car, the Honda, originally my car from it's a 2006. I did buy it new. So we have that going for us. But Dave's truck, his Mazda whatever, is 1999. So I have the newer vehicle. We have the newer vehicle in the Honda. Yeah, so I'm checking out Carvana. But if anybody has any great ideas about the best way to buy a new used car, you let me know. Maybe we'll check out CarMax. That was a good one too. Yeah. So that being said, I've been reading a cool book. I just got it yesterday, and I'm already like a third through. It's only I think 163 pages, but it's called The Art of War, um, and it's all about well, creative types, and it's as if he is speaking directly to me, and he talks about the biggest evil, or the biggest villain, in not getting shit done is resistance, and he lists a million ways resistance weasels its way into our lives, and, yeah, I already feel like a more productive person just by like, it's really hitting me between the eyes, if that works. So I'll keep you posted on that, and hopefully I'll be getting some more shit done, and which includes my book. Yeah, and wow, what a ride this has been. I'm feeling okay about it right now, but talk about resistance. So I feel like I haven't gotten to the juicy part of the book of how he gets past his resistance. So wish me luck. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, it was super sad to hear that Pee Wee Herman died. That really makes me sad. And he was only 70, which is like he was only 70, and at the same time, Pee Wee Herman was 70. Uh, I guess he'll always be 30 something to me. Um, yeah, so I really need to rewatch Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and yeah, and have Dave watch it because he's never seen it. So rest in peace, Pee Wee, from whom I learned back in the day from Pee Wee's Playhouse that ice cream tastes extra good when you eat it with a really long spoon. Yeah, and it's true. So Pee Wee, yeah, I loved Pee Wee. Anyway, yeah. So that being said, oh, and if you don't get my newsletter, you should sign up at my website, which is wait for it, energyhealingwithcolleen.com. Yeah, I send out a weekly Monday morning email newsletter. And today I announced that I made the case for half birthdays because my half birthday is coming up on Friday. Um, so that's pretty exciting. So happy half birthday to me. Yeah. And just because I wonder if she's watching, because she usually tells me after the fact that she was watching the show. I'm going to play her song. So, Pam, in case you're watching, and in case I can actually find your theme song, here you go.
They call her Pam. Welcome.
Good stuff. Oh, and we're just moments away from it being 11:11. So let me cruise around and find a cool picture to peruse. Oh, here's a fun one. Okay, it's locked and loaded when we're ready. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's do this real quick. I think I need a good dose of fun. So sing along if you can. Here's the new emergency services number. 011899988199725. Okay, so that being said, it's still not time. Okay, well, let me get that picture ready again. This is important stuff. Okay, it's 11:11, at least on the West Coast, and I think if you're in the Midwest or Mountain Time, it's 1:11. Who cares? Somewhere it's 1:11, which is my favorite number. But regardless of where you are, it's 11:11 here, so let's make a wish. Here we go. Okay. That was me on the pole. Okay, and oh, Blanca's here. Yay. Hi, Pam. Blanca here. Okay, Blanca, you know what that means. Oops. Nope. Wow. Why is this so hard today? Blanca, one moment. There you are. Here you go.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Okay, welcome, Blanca. I'm glad you're here. Oh, let's look at, before we bring Coop on, let's look at what I call my credo and what I really emphasize in my book, drink. Believe it or not, my wish, by the way, was not about my book. And I'll just say it out loud because whatever. Um, my wish was to stay more on top of, and I'm pretty good at this already, but appreciation, appreciating all of it. And that includes the hard times because that's just part of being human. Um, and my hard times, as hard as they are nowadays, um, they're still ultimately easier than when I was younger. Because now I have choices, now I have tools, and I get through my upsets so much quicker. Um, than I could when I was a kid. I would just have to live through it, and it was just part of the fabric of my life. But now I have choices, so yay me. Okay, so yay all of us who are grown up and have more choices. So let's look at the credo. The universe isn't a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has my back, our backs. Therefore, if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So when the shit hits the fan, or any time, what is the universe bringing to our attention for our highest growth, healing, and happiness? And if you add energy work, or when you have tools to deal with it, like, okay, I'm feeling shitty. This is coming up for me, or this thing is happening in life. It's happening to me, so it's happening for me. So what do I do with that? And in my book, I share some beginners. Hopefully, it's not too complicated, but beginners energy work for anybody who's interested in doing that. And I know it's not for everybody, and I'm happy to do it for people who pay me. That's great. That's how I make my living. But man, oh man, when you start discovering your own personal magic, life gets so much better. And that really includes the times when things are really tough. And I really wish I could get this shininess off my face, but whatever. If it's happening to me, it's happening for me. So, okay. That being said, I think that's enough yammering on for the moment. Did I say everything I wanted to say? I think I did. Okay. So, without further ado, let's get to Coop's theme song. Here we go.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh, we're
man.
catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop.
Yeah. Okay, well, we seem to have lost him. So we shan't be catching up with Coop until he comes back. I'm not sure what happened there, and he hasn't sent me any messages. So, yeah, I guess we'll get to Coop in a while. Um, until then, I guess we're just gonna do some magic. Okay. Um, yeah, yeah. We chatted for a second before the show, and now he has mysteriously vanished. Okay. So, well, let's get to it and let's start with a grounding. So, if you're playing, and if you can, close your eyes, sit quietly, and follow along. And let's go from our heart chakras. And from a place of deep appreciation for all of it. Just being alive is a gift. And I truly believe no matter what we're going through, our souls are so excited to be here in these vehicles, having these experiences. So I really try to remember that because it really is a gift. Anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and do a grounding from our hearts, which is green. The chakra for the heart is green. So here we go. So we're filling up our heart chakra energy, that green light, and we're expanding it out, out, out through our entire energy fields and out through ultimately to the far reaches of the universe, sharing our beautiful heart energy with all of it, with all of us. Okay, and we're going to send some of that energy down into beautiful Gaia, Mother Earth, and we're going to bring up some of her beautiful, nourishing, grounding energy. And we're also going to open up our crown chakras and allow in the cosmic energy to swirl through our energy fields, meet up with Gaia's energy, and create an interface for us between heaven and earth. Okay, now that that's done and Coop is not back, let's put the call out for any stuck souls that need a little assistance moving to the light. And I probably said this a million times, but I'm gonna say it again. If you're ever just all of a sudden just not feeling like yourself, or just it kind of came out of nowhere, or you feel like yourself in a not a good, like the not great feeling part of yourself that you're quite aware of, but it's like feels like it's been turned up to 11. um, that is often a good sign that you might not be alone. And there might be a stuck soul with you where you're feeling their stuff or they're amping up your icky feelings. Um, and I think this often happens because, like, any unfinished business in us uh, resonates with unfinished business in them. And so they're attracted to us. So, anyway, if you're interested in releasing your own stuck souls or being able to even recognize it and check in and see if that's the thing, um, read my book eventually when it comes out. Because yeah, really being able to release stuck souls, it might sound wackadoodle to you and it might not be your gig. And I get it, it's not for everybody. But boy, oh boy, is it's such a gift to be able to recognize, hmm, I'm not feeling good. You sit down, get out your pendulum or however you get your yes and no answers, and you start asking questions. Um, and I attempt to I share some stories in my book, but I have a million stories of how I've dug myself out of an energetic pit of hell, usually just within a few minutes. In fact, just recently I was about to do a session for a friend. I think it was on Friday. And by the way, the session was for two cats. It wasn't even for her, it was for two kitties that are hers. And what a cool session. Oh my God. Anyway, and my point. Oh, yeah. Right before the session, like maybe 15, 20 minutes before the session, I realized, like, gosh, I'm feeling a little off. And it was enough, like, my low place feeling that I'm very acquainted with. It was just close enough to that for me to be like, "Oh, maybe I'm just not feeling good today." But then I was talking about it out loud to the universe because oftentimes things come up that I don't expect when I do that. Um, and I even said out loud, like, "Yeah, something doesn't feel, this feels, yeah, I just feel off. Something feels wrong." But it was very subtle. But what wasn't subtle, it was the ever increasing feeling like nothing was ever going to be okay again. I was never going to feel inspired again. Yeah, and it just came on within a few minutes. And and I'm like, "Oh shit, am I going to have to cancel my session, which I really hate doing?" Um and so I checked in and I got that I had somebody dark with me and we had a connection from a past life. She was interested in my help in returning to the light. So I didn't have to banish her, which I have my ways, and figured out what she needed in order to return to the light. And it was kind of like the pendulum swung really far the other way because I finally had to tell my client, like, "Okay, I'm feeling a little extra goofy because," and I told her the whole thing and how I was feeling very dark just a few minutes ago. And it was just so lovely to be able to recognize I don't feel right, get out my pendulum, ask some questions, clean up some shit, and then I felt fine. Um, and if you're not a sensitive person, you might be thinking whatever. But if you are a sensitive person, this is worth its weight in gold. And I truly believe my book is full of gold. And even if you got one nugget from it, it would be worth it. Um, so I'm very excited about finishing it, even though it's been really hard. But that just comes with writing. Writing's hard, and yeah, and just having to deal with this extra energetic shit. Well, it's all part of my process and it's really all good, even though it's been very difficult. And I really appreciate everyone in my life, Q Tears, who's been there to listen to me talk about it and work some shit out. So I hope someday you'll enjoy the book and get something out of it. And wow, what happened to Coop? Um, so that being said, it's my show, so I can do what I want. So I'm just gonna send him a text real quick. Hey, what happened? Okay, so the text has been sent live on my show. Okay, so that being said, we're putting out a cosmic crate, well, we're just putting out an ad or putting out the alert for any stuck souls, dead people who need an escort to the light. They just need an exit strategy. This is your opportunity. And this goes for you if you're watching in the future too. I invite you to participate. Um, yeah. Oh, Coop said he'll be right there, be right here. Verizon problems. Okay. Yeah, and I keep getting a notice on my screen that my internet connection is kind of coming and going. So right now it seems to be going strong. Okay, so once again, putting out the alert to any dead people, stuck souls who are ready to move on to the light. No questions asked. So first of all, let's make sure it's safe and appropriate to work with the group today. Okay. So, my name is Colleen. Yep. Okay. It's safe and appropriate to work with the group today. Yes. Are there any stuck souls, dead people that are ready to move on to the light? No questions asked. Yep. Is Jesus our best escort? Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Yep. Okay. Let's do it. Give me a moment while Jesus takes care of this and say goodbye to your little stuck friends. Oh, okay. So, have we successfully released these dead people to the light? Yep. Thanks, Jesus. Okay. So, that being said, Is there some magic to do for the group today? Yes. This is something on my master menu. It is. This is in column A. Yes. This is in column B. No. Column A in an odd numbered row. Yes. Okay. So let me get my master menu. Okay. This is in an odd numbered row. Yes. In row one. Yes. In row three. No. Five, seven. Okay. So sorry, itchy nose. Okay. Hard to be smooth sometimes or all the time. Okay. So that's leading us to a negative portal. So let's see which kind of portal resonates. And in my world, a negative portal pretty much means some kind of energetic connection to something shitty. Um, that's my definition. So this is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is a seal 'em up portal. Okay, otherwise known as the extra easy ones in my book. Okay, this is in column A, no. Column B, yes. Column C, D, no. Okay, column B in an odd numbered row, no. In row two, four. Okay, a dimensional portal. Okay, dimensional negative portal. All right, do we need any more details to this? Nope, it's safe and appropriate to seal this up for whoever needs it, watching now and in the future. Yep, are we ready? We are. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. All right. So, have we successfully sealed up this dimensional negative portal for whoever needs it, watching now and in the future? Yep. Okay. Is there something else in the magic realm that we can do for the group? Yep. This is on my master menu. Yep. This is in column A. Yes. Column B. No. In an odd numbered row? No. In row two, four, six, eight, 10. Wow. Okay. The ever popular frozen negative emotion or an atrophied positive emotion. So let's see. And of course, I cried for a moment. So excuse me one moment. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. So let me get to that chart or those charts. Okay. So this is an atrophied positive emotion. No, this is a frozen negative emotion. Ooh, awesome. Um, Yeah, and I'm just gonna share a story. I probably shared it before, about the first time, I'd already discovered the atrophied positive emotion thing, but when it came up as what I now call a frozen negative emotion, I was really like, "No." But give me 1 second. So, I'm just making a note to myself so I can get back to where we left off, because Art and Erica are here. So let's find their theme song. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, since I've mentioned it in the past, my writing coach, she's now in a short-term rehab after having some serious shit happen in the hospital. Well, for her, which landed her in the hospital for over a month. But she is on the mend, and we visited a few times. And yay! And I had mentioned a baby. I'd been a newborn that I'd been working with throughout the pregnancy, and I don't know if I ever mentioned that she's home now and everything is good. Okay, so it's nice to follow up with these things, Colleen. Okay, so let's see if this is an atrophied positive emotion or a frozen negative emotion that needs to be cleared. So this is a frozen negative emotion. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So before we get to that, yeah, so I had let's see, what's the easiest way I can say this? I had a I had a client that had gotten we'd gotten way too enmeshed. She was Yeah, suicidal. She ended up not killing herself. Great. But we got way too enmeshed, and she'd had darkness in her life for 60 plus years. Yeah, and it just got to the point where like I had to like really create I recognized some old patterns in myself of getting too enmeshed with somebody else's shit. Yeah, I can be there for people, but I can't get enmeshed. That doesn't work for anybody. And so I created some clear boundaries, to which she agreed. Um, oh yeah, and I was working on her for free once a week to try to help her. eh. Anyway, and I told her we can keep doing that. I'm happy to do that, but this is how it needs to be. And almost immediately, she got triggered. Um, and stepped over that boundary, which then triggered me, and I was full of rage. At first, it was just simmering, and then overnight, like by the next morning, I was like, "Mm." And I asked Dave, "Hey, what do you think?" And he said, "Well, she got triggered and is lashing out, and now you're triggered and you want to lash out just like her." And then I was just like, "Arr!" That was like fuel on the fire. And Dave speaks the truth, and sometimes he has to pay for that. Anyway, yeah. And so basically, oh, Coop was here for a second, then he went away again. Come back, Coop. Yeah. And so I spent the day just being furious. And luckily, I was a grown up and didn't respond to my client. I knew I needed to get past this anger so I could deal with it from a place of grounded steadiness and not anger. And basically, when I finally could check myself, I saw that little sliver of like, I can stand to pick up my pendulum and look at this. Um, two things showed up. And I think it was something in the vow department. And then the only other thing that showed up was atrophied energy, or what I now call frozen energy of anger. And I remember saying out loud, I can't feel any more anger. I can't take on any more anger. Then I assured myself, I go where I'm led. Like now I'm gonna stop. So I'm like, "Ugh, okay, because I was afraid that I was gonna become even more angry. And so I did what I needed to do with that atrophied or frozen energy of anger. And within moments, um, yeah, I found myself smiling and even laughing a little bit, watching a very serious show because the guy on the show was it was yeah, very serious show called In Treatment on HBO, and, it was people in therapy, and the person in therapy was John Mahoney, and he was literally having a panic attack, looking like he was gonna die in front of the therapist, so not dealing with his emotions. And everything he was saying as a powerful businessman, I could relate to, and it just kinda made me laugh, like, "Oh, I felt that too, okay." And then from there, I felt better, and then gleefully walked upstairs and told Dave all about it. And because earlier I told him I want everyone to fuck off. Yeah. So anyway, magic, magic, magic. And then I dealt with a client from a steady place, and broke up with her, and she understood. Okay. So that being said, so, this is atrophied energy. Did we get of anger? Oh my God, I've already forgotten where we were. So, this is atrophied, negative energy. Yes. Okay. This is in column A in an odd numbered row in row one. Okay. I'm getting a yes on that. So, yeah, a lot of us are angry and we don't even know it, which is fascinating to me, but I used to not realize it. And now I do. And, I allow my anger out more readily, which might be irritating to some, but really it's so healthy to get it out. Yeah, read about it in my book. Drink. um, yeah. So that being said, this frozen energy of anger is ready to be brought back to life, meaning thought out and reintegrated into whoever's being needs it. Yes. Okay. We're going to use a bypass circuitry for this. Yes. Okay. Yeah. A lot of my favorite stories start with I got so angry, like super angry, and then somehow there was magic in it. Yeah, including meeting Dave. Yeah. So, that being said, we're going to use a bypass circuitry, and these are handled by Mother Earth Gaia. This chart will be included in my book if you want to use it. These bypass circuitries are magic, magical, and I see them as pattern disruptors. So we're looking to disrupt the pattern of this frozen energy of anger for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future. Um, and just a reminder, um, you really want like, to be healthy, you really do want access to all of your emotions because they are signals. They guide us to what we want and what we don't want. Um, and it's so important, and it's fascinating how many people are so out of touch with how they feel. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. Um, yeah, so let's figure out which bypass circuitry we're gonna use. Okay, this is in column A. No, column B, column C. Column C seems to be our winner. This is in an odd numbered row. Yep. In row 1, yes. In row 3, no. Okay. Okay. So this is in column B. Okay. All right. This is the okay. Let's try this again, and then we'll work on this frozen emotion.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So
Sorry about that.
Verizon issues, eh?
Well, my Verizon router specifically, it
Oh,
gets
okay.
it's a pretty hot little box, and it was upstairs where it gets super hot, and yeah, when it's gonna be hot again today, and long story short, I moved it downstairs here, so
Oh, good. All right. Sorry,
so
my mind's going into a pornographic direction. Hot little box. Okay,
do
that
that.
being said, so we're busting up a frozen negative emotion, and it's of anger for whoever needs it. And the bypass circuitry or pattern disruptor that we're going to use, care of Mother Earth, Gaia, is a mouthful. It is. And just keep in mind, my guides give me these words. Even when I fight them on it, they always win. So this one is a three-parter. It's called Emotional Autophagy, like cleaning out shit, Interdimensional Recalibration, okay, Spiritual Merkaba Reignition. And a Merkaba or Merkaba, I'm never sure how to say it. I think it's like a time-space dimensional vehicle of some sort.
Vehicle.
Um, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that being said, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of anger for whoever needs it? Yes. This is safe and appropriate from the light and for whoever needs it. Yep. Are we ready? We are. So I'm going to be quiet and hold space for Gaia to take care of this for whoever needs it. Here we go. And I'm sure no one needs this, and I'm not even saying it's valid, but the picture I've always gotten in my mind, because that's a lot of how I do my magic. There's different things I see. Anyway, like how processes happen. Um, and with the Gaia thing, since we're all on top of Gaia, I always think of it as like a hamster wheel of energy coming up through my feet, through my entire being, and then circling back through Gaia. Like she's processing that energy and she can take it. Yeah, because she's a badass. Okay, so that being said, so Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of anger for whoever needed it? Yes, okay. Thanks, Gaia. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna tell y'all something. Oh, well, must not have been that important. Okay, so that being said, is there magic to do for the group? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Okay, so yep. Okay, that's an energetic cord. So I think of cords as being a connection between us and somebody else, something else, somewhere else, sometimes a time. Um, But whatever it is, whether it's a negative connection or maybe it was even a positive connection at one time, a necessary connection, but either way, it's outlived its usefulness when it shows up in my world. So, do we need to know where this cord is connected to us? Yes. This is connected to a chakra. Yes. It's connected to more than one chakra. No. It's connected to our first chakras, second, third. It's a little slow in getting there, but it's kind of a yeah, third chakra. So, solar plexus area, I think of that as our personal power center. It's also a place for my personal kryptonite. I don't know why I ever use like superhero anything because I'm not into it. But like when my third chakra gets riled up or somebody's energy is in there, whoo, yeah, that can just take me down. Anyway, so let's go ahead and cut that cord. So it's safe and appropriate to cut this cord for everyone who needs it now or in the future watching this. Yes. Okay. Safe and appropriate from the light. Okay, let's do it. And just a fun fact, whenever I cut cords, it's changed how I do it over the years because sometimes I'll shift to a way that just strikes my fancy at the moment. Who cares? But I always cauterize the wound with some golden light. Yeah. Anyway, where the cut was, if that's not clear. Okay, so have we successfully cut this cord? Yes. For whoever needs it, watching now or in the future, yes. And I know what I was going to say earlier, and it's so important. It came back to my mind, and it's really not. Um, but have you ever heard of the Enneagram, Coop?
Well, yeah.
Do you know what your number is?
Um, 5.
Yeah, I don't know much about fives. All I know is I'm pretty sure I'm a 4, and Dave is a 7 or 9. Um, Yeah, and Dave, there's a podcast that I've listened to a few times, but Dave listens to all the time, and it's called "Do It for the Gram," and it's this guy Milton, I forget his last name. Um, yeah, and Dave had a session with him recently, and after his session, I made up this stupid joke, and it's the whole point of me talking about this. Um, and I told Dave that he should say, like his joke should be, my wife's a 4, only because in the Enneagram, there isn't a 10. 'Cause it only goes up to 9. Wow, that was really worth the talking about it. Okay, so that being said, so is there something else magic we can do for the group watching now and in the future? Yes, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A. Yes, in an odd numbered row. Yeah. In row 1. No. 3, 5, 7. Yeah. Okay, so 7, that leads us to vows. Some kind of vow or a promise or a decision. Don't get too hung up on the word vow. Um, or you get hung up on anything you want. So this is a personal vow. It is. Okay. This is on my chart. Yes. This is in column A. No. In column B. Oh. Column C. No. Okay. In an odd numbered row. Yeah. Must be good. It's so like, okay. In row 1, 3, 5, 7. Ooh. Vow of revenge. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so is this vow of revenge ready to be cleared for whoever needs it, watching now and in the future? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Is there anything else we need to know about it? Nope. Are we ready? We are. Okay, if you're playing along, all you need to do is just relax and allow it in. Here we go. Okay. So, have we successfully cleared this vow of revenge for whoever needs it? Yep. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but I can feel how I'm turning red, and I'm not having a hot flash. It's actually, I took some niacin earlier today,
Oh,
and it's supposed to like open up your liver. And I did my enemas earlier, my weekly clean out, and yeah, and usually it hits me while I'm doing my enemas, but it's waited several hours now. Okay, so that being said, I just don't want you to think I was about to have a stroke or something. Yeah, so okay, so is there any more magic to do for the group today? No. Okay, so we're gonna leave it at that. Do you have anything to say, Coop?
no. Just,
How's
everybody, it's gonna be another hot one up here in Sacramento. So everybody that's under heat warning, make I if you're still alive by now, I guess that's you know how to do it. But yeah, I mean, like it was 200 million people were under heat warnings over the weekend or something like that. It's getting crazy out there. Like Phoenix is on 100 or been
oh,
110 plus for like a month or something. So
for a month?
last I saw it was up to 24 days or 25 days, which was
Oh my
a
God.
record. So yeah,
I wonder what the temperature is like in the middle of the night.
like 80s, I'm guessing, instead of 70s.
Oh,
That's the hard part for me when it doesn't get cool at night. So as long as I can at some point open up the doors and let the breeze in and stuff, I can get a good night's sleep. Then I can deal with it the next day. But
do you
yeah,
have a ceiling fan? Our only saving grace is ceiling fan over our bed. Um, well, sort of, mostly more over my side than Dave's because whoever built this house didn't bother to put it like in the middle of the room or anything. So whatever. Um, yeah. Well, my heart goes out to anybody who's suffering from the heat. Um, yeah, and we have some wall units we could put in air conditioned ACs, but it's just not worth it to me. I'd rather suffer a little bit than having that ugliness in the window.
yeah. And I mean, how often do you really? I mean, does it get that hot in San Diego in the summer?
It gets plenty hot to me. It's like it finally feels like it's pretty much summer now. I think summer really hits in August, and we're just about there. Wow, I am really like, whoo,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, my arms are splotchy, and yeah, um, yeah. Oh, how's Allie doing?
Pardon me.
How's your doggy Allie doing? Did
Well,
you remember her name?
I'm not very pleased with my vet's response. I'm not sure where. I think I told you I got the cytology results and it's not cancer, but it like, oh, maybe this happened the day after I talked to you. Like Tuesday, it like burst. I showed you the picture. It like,
Yeah,
there was a big hole in her skin, and there still is.
Charlie.
The doctor gave me a week's worth of antibiotics, which ran out Friday. So he told me that he needed a picture, which I had already sent, but he needed a picture so he could show. He said he didn't feel comfortable given the size and location. I'm not sure comfortable actually doing the surgery himself. I don't know. So he's going to get an estimate from his surgeon. That was like, so it's been over a week now. So and
Seriously?
yeah, so I wasn't. Her antibiotics ran out yesterday, so that's the only thing that is concerning me. She seems to be doing better. I mean,
Well, that's good.
she doesn't she's been walking and jumping and you know no, she seems to be doing okay, but still it looks horrific. Still, it just is a
Yeah.
red. She's got like two holes now. It looks kind of like a pig's nose almost in her leg, and the one on her shoulder is getting really big.
Hmm.
So
I'm
I don't know.
sorry.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna call the vet today just to see if I can at least get some more antibiotics for her while they figure out what they're doing.
Well, sending her love. You don't use colloidal silver, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, if we lived closer, I'd give you some and you could start pouring it on there because it's helpful for shit. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but I've been putting the hydrogen peroxide down there, so and there's no bubbling, and yeah, I guess it doesn't sting, so that's
well, that's good.
yeah. So
Hey, but this just in. Laura, seriously? Laura says, yeah, it's been rough, like using little plant mister spray bottles. You can even add ice. Ooh, that's a good idea. Plus a fan helped me get through the summer when I didn't have AC.
That's so much more efficient, really, because as long as you have the ceiling fan moving the air, and yeah, the water on your skin, taking up the heat. It's like fake sweat, basically.
Yeah. But here, Laura, I'm glad you made yourself known. Wow, I'm really look how red I am. Anyway, Laura, here's your theme song.
Laura, it's Laura, and Laura is here. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Okay. And Art and Erica say, yeah, stay cool, people. It's been over 100 here for over 2 weeks. So miserable. Oh my God. Ugh, that's horrible. And pink waving.
The waving hand.
Okay, is that supposed to be like an emoji? Okay, well, thanks. Anyway, all right. Well, any parting words, Coop?
No, I thought I had something there right on the tip of my brain, but it's either all or nothing. So we'll have to go with nothing right now.
Let's blame it on the heat. Wow, seriously, like Oompa Loompa. Okay, I know Oompa Loompas are more like purplish or bluish, but anyway. Well, thank you everyone for watching now or in the future. I hope everyone stays cool and safe and happy supermoon and be your authentic self because the world needs more of that. We don't need more of people presenting fake wellness or happiness. Well, a little bit maybe, but what am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm like so red. I can't even fucking think now. Hey, I haven't sworn that much, I don't think, this time. Anyway, so let's get the hell out of here. And I'm going to try to dismount while playing my beautiful theme song. So that being said,
thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope to see you next week. And if you have any friends or loved ones who could use a little bit of extra magic, send them to my website, energyhealingwithcolleen.com, for the weekly newsletter. And also tell them about Magic Mondays so they can watch authenticity and vulnerability live. Okay, so that being said, bye, Coop. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Bye.
Everybody.
You are magic, magic. We are magic.